Rogers, Billrogers. I'm assistant professor of biology.
Perfect, thank you. You're ready.
That's where we don't misspell it. And we put a slug on your picture when it's
Okay.
And I got my levels adjusted.
okay.
All right.
Do you want his arm on the side, closer to the side, a little more relaxed?
If you want, let's see. Go ahead. That's fine.
Scoot
That's fine.
scoot over just a little bit closer. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. There you
Yeah, and that just relaxes
Okay.
the body and the shoulders. I think.
All right.
Does he look?
go. Yeah.
Looks good. Okay. Tell me about your experience in teaching this class.
Well, at first, the experience was...
You want to look right at me.
Okay. I was a little bit apprehensive about doing it at first because it's a whole new thing, all the new technology going on and being broadcast across the state. But to be honest, after working with it, we went through extensive design process with it and an extensive production process with it. So by the time that I was actually ready to teach the course on the air, everything was ready to go and I was confident to do it. Actually, once I got up in front of the camera too, it wasn't a whole lot different than being in front of the classroom. You almost forget that the cameras are there.
Tell me about how you think this is benefiting the students who are taking your classes now.
I think it's a great benefit to the students. We find that the students off campus who can't take it anywhere, they've done very well in the past 2 semesters which have taught the course, and then sometimes actually scored better than the students on campus to do so. The students on campus, they're kind of fascinated by it. The ones in the studio themselves, it's a whole new technology and all the computer prepared graphics, and they seem to like that, and they perform very well also.
I'm just reading through here to make sure I'm getting some points in there. Let me ask you that question again, and you might frame the answer just a little bit in that providing access to a college education, or widespread access,
Okay.
is a high priority here at Ball State. Like in my class, I can reach how many, X number of students or so,
Okay.
and how many sites
Okay.
around the state, something like that.
Okay.
Start your response that way. Tell me about the teaching of the class and the priority here at Ball State.
All right, well, Ball State has a very high priority of trying to provide...
I'm sorry, start it again. Keep your eyes right here.
Okay. Ball State has a very high priority of trying to provide quality education to people all around the state of Indiana. Well, many times a student cannot make it to one of the state universities or any other campus in the in the state of Indiana. And by the IHET system...
We'll start that again.
Okay.
Okay. And again.
Okay. Ball State University has a very high priority to try to provide education to people across the state of Indiana. There are many people who cannot attend a regular campus and do classes, so this is one way to provide them with college-level education, let them start working on college degrees without having to actually go very far from home. We have a lot of students in industry who will take these courses, sometimes in hospitals, people just in very rural settings that normally can't do it, and this is a way of providing a good quality education to these individuals.
Real nice. And let's talk about by being able to communicate with these kids. Okay, not only are they just watching the class, but they can talk back and forth. Tell me about the high-tech status of this class. It allows you to do so many more things.
Okay, one interesting component of this course is it's a totally interactive class. It's done live throughout the state, and the students do get to interact. They call in right away. When I'm teaching, I have a screen in front of me which tells me which student is calling in at what particular time, and I can acknowledge them just like I would any student in the classroom. The students can also view videotapes later on if they want to review lessons. We also use fax machines. We're under the process right now of developing computer-assisted instruction as well for these distant students. So we're really combining a lot of different aspects of technology to provide this quality of education to the people of Indiana.
Gee.
I'd ask give an example of how you use the technology, specifically graphics or something, a lesson that is enhanced that you
Okay.
teach.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Many lessons can be. Let me start that again.
Yeah.
Many of the presentations can be enhanced using the high-tech graphics here at Ball State. Things that before I would use an overhead or I would have to try to crudely draw on a chalkboard, I can now have animations that were done by the professional people here at Ball State University. And many of the drawings that are much better than what we would find in the textbooks there. So, and it does very much enhance the visual presentation.
Just what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that was great.
Well,
Anything else you'd like to add?
no, that's...
Okay.